Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome to RV 360 by National Indoor RV Centers, where we have all the details on the latest coaches. NIRVC is a trusted resource with RV lifestyle specialists who are here to help you find your dream coach. NIRVC also supports you well after the sale with storage, service, and detailing. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm so excited. I get to show you the 2025 Newmar Dutch Star. Now, a couple things that are interesting about this is that this is the blacked out version of the Dutch Star. You can get this blacked out package in the King Air, Essex, London Air, Mountain Air, New Air, and Dutch Star. So I'm so excited that I get to show you this, and we'll talk more about what that entails in just a minute. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about a few things. First and foremost, I love doing these videos. I love showing the coaches. I feel like I get an insight to like the new things that are out for the new model year. So I'm super excited on that note too. I have a little bit of a raspy voice. We just finished our Music City Motorhome Expo, the first annual. Did you hear that? So we will be doing it again next year. It was a fabulous success. I'll talk more about that in the video, but that's why I've lost my voice. A week of talking and having a lot of fun with our customers while they shop. So speaking of shopping, that's what the point I wanted to get to. Love to let you do the research, watch the videos, but when you do your shopping, when you're ready to buy, make sure you call us at National Indoor RV Centers. We want customers for life. We want to take care of you. We want to give you a smoking deal. So make sure you give us a call. And then I don't want to hear, oh, we don't live in the area. You know, we're not in your state. Well, guess what? We have a fly to buy program. So I'll fly you and your significant other in to take delivery of your coach. I'll help you plan that first trip. Come take delivery. We want you to stay a couple nights with us anyway, so you can get used to how everything works and be really comfortable with it before you leave. So that excuse is off the table. So make sure you give us a call. And then also, I'm going to break this video down into chapters. So if you want to skip ahead and go to the inside, go for it. I'm happy to do that. I love that part as well. And then of course, I want to hear from you. Make sure you subscribe. You want to double check and make sure that Google or YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you. That's been happening a little bit. So double check that. Subscribe, but comment. I want to hear what you like, what you didn't like. If there's something more that you want me to show, happy to do that. But I want to hear from you because feedback is a gift, and that's the only way that my videos will get any better. All right, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So if you look at the very top of the coach, you're going to see the marker lights, and right in the center, you're going to see our camera. That's going to contribute to our 360 camera, that bird's eye view when you're driving. Now, that is an optional feature, and that's one thing I want to just address right up front with Newmar. One of the great things about them is they probably are most willing to do the most custom items. So it's almost like getting a custom home built when you custom order a Newmar, which we are more than happy to do for you at National Indoor RV Centers. So I'm going to say some things are optional, some things are standard. To really go through that list and be super clear about it, just give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. One of our RV lifestyle specialists can walk you through that process, let you know what's optional, what's standard. So you will hear that throughout my presentation. So that 360 camera is an option that you can add. Now check out that big windshield. Now this is what is going to make your travel so exciting, because you sit up high, you're taller, you're bigger than everyone, and then you have this massive windshield that you get to see the country through. And it really is like the trip starts as soon as you get behind the steering wheel. Then right in the center, you're going to see Mobileye. So that's going to be helpful with your lane departure detection. So if you start weaving out of your lane, it's going to give you a little alert. Then we have our windshield wipers, beautiful front cap. Now also notice the way that Newmar mounts their windshield. Very automotive looking and sleek, just looks really nice. Then of course we've got the blacked out Dutch Star. So again, that's part of that package, that Onyx package that I'll kind of walk you through later. And the blacked out Newmar here. And then we've got our intelligent high beams. We've got our auto headlights. LED lights, so they are brighter. They made those, they improved their lighting system, headlights, a couple years ago, so that they're brighter at night, which is really nice, so that you have good visibility when you're driving something this big. And then you are prepped for adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation. Again, we optioned that in because we think it's super important, a safety feature. That sensor is right here in the center. Give you all those safety features that you want when you're driving this big coach. As we round the corner of the front cap, you're going to notice a diamond shield is across the front cap. That's super important. That's one of the things that comes standard to protect your paint job, to protect that front cap. There are little bugs that will, you know, pesky bugs that try to eat through that. So I always recommend when you get to the campground, you know, get out your hose, your bucket, wash off your windshield and wash off your front cap just to be safe. But you are protected by that because it's going to protect this beautiful paint job. Then we have the optional flagpole holder. That's just kind of a fun thing if you want to fly the American flag. Boy, we need that more than ever these days, don't we? Or your favorite team, whatever, you can just put that in there. It's really easy. Just a little metal device fits in there, and then you can put the pole in there. Right below that, we have the optional blind spot monitoring system. So we added that to this coach. Again, another safety item that I think is super important. And then we've got our marker light, first marker light for the passenger side of the coach. You'll notice that we have the beautiful blacked out again mirrors. That's part of that Onyx package. You're going to have, they are controlled internally, powered, they have heat, they have defrost in there. And then the bottom portion, you're going to just adjust yourself. You also have the camera in there so that when you turn on your right or your left blinker, you're going to be able to see down the full length of that side of the coach, which is, again, makes you feel safe. And then you have the turn signal indicator in here as well, and marker light. So make sure you notice the beautiful full paint masterpiece finish paint by Newmar. It's lovely. If you run your hands down the side of the paint, you don't feel any transition from one color to another, just the quality and cut and buff that they have on this coach. This is the steely exterior, again, blacked out. You have 4 other standard exteriors you can choose from, but again, with Newmar, they'll customize just about anything. You can pick 4 colors as long as it's in their palette of colors, and they've got so many to choose from. You can totally customize the exterior of your coach. You have to stay with the graphics that Newmar's provided for the 2025 Dutch Star, but you can plug in any color that you want. I don't recommend, like, you know, pink. You want to make sure you keep the value of your coach, but it is kind of nice to make it unique and not have it match anyone else's in the campground. So there are several ways that you can get into your coach. Obviously, you've got the key, and then you have the keyless fob here that you can get in. You can also set your own unique code. So if you want to let a service technician in, if you want to let the grandkids in, or your best friends coming over, you're not home yet, you can give them access to your coach if you'd like. And on the key fob, you've got the lock and unlock for your entry. You also have the lock and unlock for your cargo doors, which is really nice. At a push of the button to open those all up, because those will automatically lock when you drive your coach. So it never fails. I'm driving the coach, I hop out, I go to grab something out of the bays, and they're locked. So it's nice to have that. It's also on the pad right inside the door. So on the Onyx package, you're also going to have a blacked out front entry handle here, and then blacked out here as well. We've also got diamond shield around the high entry spots, or the high traffic spots. So that's really nice to protect your paint job. Notice the beautiful dual pane tinted frameless windows all the way around the coach. And then we have optioned in for the Girard Nova package. So that's going to give us the 2 Girard awnings with that extra Nova pitch. Also, we've optioned in the package that has the power window awnings too. So it makes everything super easy to do. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take them out. I've got the remote control for my Girard awnings. You're going to go to 0. That should bring out your front and your rear awning together. Now look at the amount of shade that is providing. Those big awnings, that extra pitch, it's so nice. And it is a gorgeous day here in Tennessee, but that little bit of shade is really, really nice. Takes the temperature down another 10 degrees. Now, once I've got them out, I can go ahead right here from my remote, and I can turn on LED lights. So again, that's just going to make for a really nice atmosphere in the evening. Got the nice lights. One of the things I do want to talk about though, when you've got your awnings out, and I saw this last week at our Music City Motorhome Expo, you really should always be by your coach if you have your awnings out, because Mother Nature is completely unpredictable, as we all know. And here we're having this beautiful afternoon, but all of a sudden the wind picks up. These do have wind sensors on them and they should retract. But like I said, a huge gust of wind can come along and take these awnings over the top of your coach. And that is not a fun thing, because then you've got to get them off. Anyway, so just something to think about. Use them, enjoy them as long as you're outside. But if you leave your coach or if you go inside and you've, kind of forgetting about things, bring them in, because you've always got your window awnings that you can extend to give you that shade inside the coach. I've extended the power entry door awning and turned on the LED lights. Also, our patio light is on. Extended the power living room awning here. So if you don't have your big Girard awnings, that's going to give you nice shade inside the coach. And then we have the passenger side security light that's turned on. So I want to set the stage. We've got our awnings out. We've got this beautiful shade area. In our first compartment, we've got our Dometic refrigerator freezer. So I'm going to go ahead. You can make this a refrigerator. Look how big it is and look how far it extends. So you can have your slides out. It's still coming. It's so when your slides are out, you can still open your doors there and get all your contents out. I love this because you can decide if you want this to be a drink cooler, who doesn't need a little, refreshment, or you can make it a deep freeze. You set the temperature really nice. And then once you've got your drinks, you might as well, we've got our 42-inch Samsung TV with sound bar. So now we're ready to party, drinks, TV, and this is going to pop out. So you can adjust it, angle it away from any kind of glare from the sun. If you've got one coming in, depending on what time of the afternoon it is, you can also tilt it forward. Just a little lever on the back there. Tilt it forward to get rid of that glare as well. To the side of the TV, we have 2 available 110 outlets plus 2 USB charging ports. And then we have our little knob here so that we can go from the TV, or we can put the dash radio out here. So TV off or dash radio. So I'll go ahead and push in our refrigerator freezer. Now, one of the things that Newmar added a year or 2 ago was this extra shelf, which is really nice because that was just sort of dead space in between here. So now with that extra shelf, you get from the back, you have about 11 inches. It's a little shorter right here in the front. But you can put chairs in there, a lot of things that you can fit in this compartment. Really nice and make that space useful. And then of course you've got the plug-in for your 12 volt and your 110 for your refrigerator freezer. So Newmar is going to give you only the best tires. We've got the Michelin tires, 315s all the way around. Now when you do step up to the 43-foot Dutch Stars, you're going to have 365s on your front tires, just so you know the difference. Also, your fuel tank's going to differ. On the 40-foot Dutch Stars, you've got a 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. On the 43-foot Dutch Stars, you've got a 150-gallon diesel fuel tank. Now, you're also going to notice that with this Onyx package, we have the beautiful blacked out rims. Looks super sharp. You also see the blacked out trim along the bottom of the cargo doors. Now, I want to talk about tire safety. We are passionate about this at National Indoor RV Centers, so much so that we've developed a product, RetroBand, our run flat device made specifically for RVs and for the weight of an RV. So go and check out my video that we have on RetroBand, something that I think every coach should have to protect you as you're going down the road. Then right behind the tire, you'll see one of the things that Newmar adds, that steel plate that's in front of the fuel line, because right here is your 100-gallon diesel fuel fill tank for the passenger side and the driver's side, so dual fill. But that steel plate is going to protect your fuel line in the event of a front end blowout. We also have our second marker light and first docking light for the passenger side of the coach. Finally, to our big storage compartments. So love that we have the big pass-through space here. We have optioned in the manual tray. So you can put in a power tray, you can put in no tray. So let me just give you an idea of the space that your doorway entry is about 30 inches tall. Now, when you get in here, you've got some things that are gonna give you a little less space, but at the highest point, the tallest point, you've got about 29.5 inches. Then when you get to your chassis rail, your actual pass-through height is 14 inches. Now, if you didn't have the tray is about a full, by the time you have that bottom of the tray, probably 2.25 inches. So that would give you, if you didn't do the tray at all, you'd have pass-through of about 16.25 inches. With the tray, you've got pass-through of 14 inches tall. But really nice big compartment in here. And you're gonna see this bracing here. That is part of the Star foundation, the strong, true, and robust foundation that Newmar adds to the chassis to give it extra strength and rigidity, so it takes the beating from the road rather than your house. In the pass-through compartment, up in between the chassis rails is where they've mounted the 2800 watt pure sine inverter, which is great. You can't pack too much around it because you always want to make sure that your inverter has room to breathe. So what's great about these trays is they extend, look how far. And actually, I'm going to be honest here, I almost like the manual trays better than the power because I'm impatient and I'm always in a hurry. You can pull it out faster. The power you have to kind of wait for, but I like that. So this is going to extend just as far on the driver's side as it does on the passenger side. So midship, you're going to see our second camera that's going to contribute to that 360 view when we're at the driver's seat, super important. Our third marker light for the passenger side of the coach. And then we have another big compartment here. Now this isn't a pass-through tray, it just goes, you know, it's nice and big. It's a big compartment. It'd be very hard to get to those contents in the very back of this compartment if you didn't have the tray. So this is one of those trays we always option in at National Indoor RV Centers. You also see that we've got the filter here for our central vac, which is really nice. The other thing that I like about this is that you can actually bring your hose out here. Here's your whole kit for your central vac that you can take inside, but you can hook your hose up out here. You can vacuum out your cargo compartments. You can also pull your tow vehicle up alongside and vacuum that out. So if you're having a bad day, you need the hubby outside, give him the vacuum, tell him to go get to work. So I do like that is here. Control panel for your hydraulic slide, and then you've got the control panel for your bedroom slide. We have an additional 110 outlet available here. Right here, we see the controls for our Girard awnings and 2 more 110 available outlets. Second blind spot monitor for the passenger side of the coach. And this is all new for 2025. So behind this is our freshwater tank. Before, we used to have the pegboard compartment here, and now we've got this full wiring system. So we can thank Paul White, and I'm sure his team at Newmar for this. I hate to say it, but before this, the wiring was kind of all over the place throughout the coach. Now it's all centrally located, one spot, and it's going to nicely labeled. Our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers are going to actually absolutely love this enhancement for 2025. So here I wanted to point out that we have the passive steer or ultra steer tag axle. Easy to just eyeball a tag axle and see if you've got it. It matches your front axle. So I call them, I like belly buttons. You've got Audis. If you've got 2 Audis, you've got a passive steer tag axle. If it looks like this, if they both look the same like this, you're not going to have that added feature. So on the Dutch Star, you can get either the Spartan or Freightliner chassis. This coach has the Freightliner chassis. With the Freightliner chassis, you get a few things. You get the ZF independent front suspension. You get V-Ride, Ultra Steer. It's going to reduce your turning radius by 17% and give you more precision maneuvering as you're turning, going around curves. And it's literally like virtually going to eliminate tire scrub on your rear tires. So that's huge features with that. It also comes with quick align, so it's much easier to align your RV. So some really nice features. Then we've got our diesel exhaust fluid. So a couple things about it. It does have a shelf life, so you want to just be aware when you put it in. Also, if you're buying it at a, AutoZone or a Walmart, you just want to check that expiration. And it does not like sunlight or heat. So just be aware of that where you're storing it if you haven't filled your tank. Bad DEF will throw some really bad engine codes, so it's just something you always want to be aware of. Now, as I open this last compartment, you're going to be able to see your diesel particulate filter there. And above that, we've got our chassis batteries, our battery disconnect, and our fuses. So one of the things, if we are not lucky enough to have you as a storage customer at National Indoor RV Centers, where we store at least 300 coaches indoors under roof, plugged into 50 amp service at all times, then when you go to store your coach, if you are not plugged into 50 amp service, you want to make sure you get all your battery disconnects turned off, your inverter disconnect off, your battery disconnects turned off, because you don't want any parasitic draw on your batteries. Just above this compartment, you're going to see the emergency egress door. Just sort of blends into the coach, which is really nice. You'll see that there's no access handle from the outside. It's just from inside, so you can get out. Now, I like this for a couple reasons. First of all, if you don't want to walk the full length of the coach while you're loading and unloading, you can just go through, you can open the emergency egress door up and you can use it as many times as you want. It's not like, you can only open the door once, one and done. No, open it. It has a telescoping ladder, works really easily, and I'll show you that, demonstrate it when I'm on the inside. Here's our last marker light for the passenger side of the coach and our last blind spot monitor. Here at the back of the coach, we have our beautiful rear cap, nice little fin at the top there with our marker lights, and then right in the center, you're gonna see your camera. That is gonna be your rear view camera. Then the beautiful Dutch Star graphics, our high brake light, and then our camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view when we're inside, our blacked out Dutch Star tail lights. And then if you look at the very bottom here, we even have the blacked out mud flap that says Newmar across the bottom. Now this has the 15,000 pound hitch with 1250 pound-foot of torque. You got your 7-way for your tow vehicle and then your airline for your brake system. This sits on the Freightliner custom chassis. You can also option in the Spartan chassis. This has the Cummins L9 450 horsepower diesel engine. Okay, let's go ahead and check out our engine compartment here. So inside the compartment, I'll start here from the top and then go down. We've got our engine block heater. If you need to use this, you are too far north, you need to go south. Then we have our light. So if we've got to do work out here in the, in the dark or at night, that's really nice to have that light. Our coolant here and the little window so we can see how full it is over here to the side. Then we have our engine oil fill and our engine dipstick, transmission fill and dipstick, our Oasis hydronic heating module coolant. Then we have our exhaust, power steering fluid, fuel filter for the engine, and then our air minder for the air filter. So when it gets up to here, it's time to change that air filter. And then we have our fuel filter water separator. Right here in front, we have a Deutsch plug. This is where technicians at National Indoor RV Centers can plug into your engine for diagnostics. This is where the ambient air comes into your engine to the air cleaner and dryer. Now, if you look at the slats there in the side of the coach, that's where that ambient air comes in and goes into the air cleaner. As I come around the driver's side of the coach, we're gonna have our first blind spot monitor for the driver's side and our first marker light. Then we've got our side radiators. So this is a bonus, obviously for the accessibility, it's service for your engine because the radiator is not in front of it. Side radiator is nice for that reason. And then also it draws in ambient air. So The fan has to work less hard because the air is cooler. Also, little radiator maintenance. You'll see that there's just a little bit of debris on the radiator. This hasn't driven very far. We've washed it since it came from the factory. It went to our Music City Motorhome Expo and then back to the dealership, getting ready for the new buyers, which is so exciting. So when after a trip, you just want to take your garden hose, put your thumb over it, and then just gently spray off those coils so that you keep those clean and working most efficiently. Then we have the DEF fill for the driver's side of the coach. So it's really nice that you have that on both sides. Right above me, then we have the vent for your dryer, docking light, and then we have a great little compartment here for a stinky slinky or your sewer hose. So it's nice that you don't have to keep that in the wet bay with all the other stuff. Own separate compartment. Here's the bedroom window. Again, you're gonna have that power awning because we optioned that in. You'll notice that even the exhaust here for our hydronic water heater is blacked out. Second blind spot monitor for the driver's side of the coach. And then we've got our beautiful wet bay compartment. So you'll notice too that these doors are on a hinge. So when your slide room comes out, it's still easy to get into this compartment and see everything. So that's why they drop down and then raise up. So I do love this stainless steel front here. Just makes it look really nice. And we've got the LED lighting strip placed for our paper towels. And then we've got instructions nicely printed on there for winterization. Now, that's again another thing you don't have to worry about if you store with us at National Indoor RV Centers. Basically, you're going to keep your coach inside the building so you can use it all year round. Just come get it, head out, and we'll have it set and ready for you. We have full valet service, so we'll have it underneath the awning ready for you to go after you've scheduled your pickup. Here's our external shower. So we've got the hot and the cold. Right below that, we have our hot and our cold low point drains and our tank rinse. And I do love the little shower head for your exterior shower. This is nice. You've been hiking, if you've been at the beach, whatever, you can just rinse off before you go into your lovely coach. And then we have the sewage rinse here. Right above that, we have the RV SaniCon system, so you can turn your macerator on and off and your water pump on and off. And this is the lever for you to either manually fill or auto fill, and it gives you those instructions. Water filter for your coach. And then this is where you can hook up to the city water. And it's on a power reel, so it just goes right back up into your coach, super easy. And then you're gonna thread it through those grommets so that you can shut your door and then keep all the critters out of your coach. If you're not sure how all this works, you can go watch my RVing 101 series where I take a trip, I plan it, take a full trip, get to campgrounds, hook up, and the next morning I break down camp. So you can see how I do all that. It makes it nice and easy. I give you some little tips and tricks along the way, like having your sanitizer back here, gloves for that dirty work so you just feel more clean. This is where you can connect your sewer hose. If you want to do a gravity dump, you put it right through here. And then notice we have a nice compartment here that's going to catch any water with a drain in it as well. So you can rinse this out and keep it nice and clean. Then we have our sewer hose. We have our 3 T-bars here to do a dump, and our black and gray tank T-bars as well. Then we have our driver's side security light, our 4th camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view, another marker light, and our 50 amp shore power cord. So again, we're just going to pull that out. We're going to thread it through the grommet, plug it into the park's electricity, and when we're done, we are going to power that back in. One of my favorite features, because those cords get heavy, they're messy, they're dirty. Typically, one of the things I like to keep is a washcloth or paper towels in this compartment. So as I pull that back in, power that back in, I can wash off the cord as I do so. Here is the Surge Guard RV Power Protection Transfer Switch. So this is great, but I always recommend that you have a secondary Surge Guard protector. National Indoor RV Centers can install one inside your cargo bays, or you can have one that you put at the end of your cord. There's always a possibility that someone may steal that. We don't like that, but it just, you know, this protects you one time. You want to have extra insurance. It never hurts. You have the RV power monitor, so you can just check that for faults inside here. And you have your cable and your satellite inputs. Next up is our Oasis Chinook hydronic heating system. So this is going to be your on-demand hot water and your furnace once you drop below like 35 degrees. Really nice. Oasis is very dependable. Customers love it because no one wants a cold shower, right? Or a cold coach. Then we get to our pass-through trays. So again, we're just going to manually pull this out, and you can see that I can get it just as far out on the driver's side as I did the passenger side. And our last storage / battery compartment. So we do have our 8 AGM batteries on a slide tray. You just pull out the pins, and then you can easily take these out for serviceability. Second docking light for the driver's side of the coach, marker light, and the fuel fill for the driver's side of the coach. And then we have our exhaust here. Again, that's blacked out for our generator. Now here we have our fuses for the front half of the coach. And I do love that Newmar gives you these spare fuses, so they're not just rattling around in the coach somewhere. You actually know where they are when you need them. And then you have the T-bar here to extend your front cap. Last, blind spot monitor and marker light for the driver's side of the coach. All right, so behind the front cap, there's lots to talk about in here. So here is our wussy horn. You never want to have these on. I always have the air horn on. It's just, I want them to know that I'm coming if I need to honk my horn. Then we have the optional feature of the hot water line to the generator compartment. This is a must-have, in my opinion. It should just be standard. You're going to hook your hose here, and then you can wash off your front cap and your front windshield once you get to the resort. And then right inside here is the T-bar to release the generator. So a little trick. You got to kind of push your hip into it, release that, and that makes a big difference, makes it come out much easier. Now on the 40-foot Dutch Star, the 8,000 watt generator is the standard. You get the 10,000 watt generator when you go to the 43-foot Dutch Star. And you can see here you've got your hours on your generator. You can start and stop the generator from here, and you can put your coolant and your oil fill in there as well. Here's the quick connect airline. So if you want to, you know, fill up your bike tires or your pool toys, whatever, you can do that right here. Fuel filter for your Oasis system, and then you have your windshield wiper fluid. Then we've got our light. So this is nice again too. If you need to come and flip this breaker in the middle of the dark of night, you can turn on that little light. You got your dash AC system. Here's a hydraulic system and reservoir for your full wall slide and automatic leveling jacks. As much fun as the outside has been, I can't wait to show you some of the changes they made for 2025 on the inside. As I step into the Dutch Star, the first thing I notice are the great grab bars, so you can get safely in and out of the coach. And then you've got storage in your steps. So storage in the first and the second step. So the second one's even deeper. So you could put like your dog food or your cat food in there, leashes, tennis shoes, a raincoat, lots of things. So that's really nice to have that right when you step in. Then you're going to have the lock and unlock for your cargo compartments, which is nice if you don't have your key fob handy. And then you have your ceiling lights, all lights off, all lights on. So that's a favorite button for sure. Just below that is your battery disconnect. And then you've got a nice little storage compartment here. Right below that, we have our fire extinguisher. You've got a fire extinguisher, which is great by the front door because you can easily get to it if you need it outside or inside the coach. But this is a 40-foot long coach. So I don't think one fire extinguisher is sufficient. So go and check out my video on Protang. It's a fire suppression system sold exclusively by National Indoor RV Centers. Again, we're all about safety. We want you to be able to enjoy this lifestyle for a long time with complete peace of mind. Check that video out and give us a call today. We can give you a custom quote for your coach. As I step up into the cockpit area here, I wanted to go over the storage. First area here, we've got 2 shelves. And then we optioned in the 43-inch Samsung TV. Again, that's an option. Otherwise, you would get a very shallow storage compartment, so you don't really get a lot of storage space if you don't do the TV. And then this is a very important compartment. So if you look at the very top here, this is an optional item, Starlink, which has become very popular with RVers. A lot of people aren't even put satellite systems on their coaches anymore because they're going to stream everything. In fact, you'll see that we've just prepped this coach for satellite, so you can add one if you want to. Now let's go over everything in front here. So we start here. This is our power control system. So this is going to let us know what we're hooked into. And if we're overtaxing the system, it's going to shut the load automatically for us. Our over-the-air antennas, so we can search and we can lock onto local stations. Here's our Girard awning control. So I took everything out previously from the remote control, but you can do it here. So you can turn the lights on your Girard awnings. You can lock them, unlock them, and then you can change. You can scroll through your channel. Remember, when you're at 0, you should be bringing them both out together, or you could bring the first awning out or the second awning out. You can stop at any point, and then you can bring them in and out from this panel here. Above that, we've got the controller for our 2800 pure sine inverter. You can also do your auto gen start here if you needed to. Set your run time, your start time. I think it's easier to do from the panel on the back, so I'll show you that later, but I wanted you to be aware of that as well. And you can turn it on and off from here. Then we have the security lights for the driver's side of the coach, security light for the passenger side of the coach. So those are the big highlights that are in the basically midship of the driver's side and passenger side. Our engine block heater, we can turn that on from here. And then our exterior step. Once you're at the campground or resort, you want to turn this off so that your step doesn't, so that it stays out every time you open and shut your door. Then you have your LED exterior lights that are below the slides. You can turn them on and off from here. Here's the slide room control for your full wall slide on the off door side. And then you have your door side slide out. Entrance door awning extend, entrance door awning light, turn on and off. And then you have your off door side or your driver side living room awning, and then your door side living room awning. And then right below the cabinet, you've got your JBL speakers on both the driver and passenger side for the front cockpit area of the coach. Welcome to the beautiful interior of the 4081. I'll also show you a glimpse of the 4369 today as well. So you get to see 2 interiors, which is kind of fun. Now this is the Spartan interior. You have 3 other interiors that you can choose from. And this is the Morell wood, which should be really easy for you to remember. I don't know if you know that, but that's my last name. So thank you, Newmar, for, naming it after me. I'm kidding, but I'm gonna go ahead and think that. I really love this though. I think it's a real nice soft color wood. You also have 2 other wood choices. So 3 wood choices, and then you have a painted choice, which is the chiffon, which is really nice too. And you can do a 2-tone. So you can do the upper chiffon and the lowers another color. So give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. We'll walk you through all that. You can come to one of our design centers where we actually have samples of all the cabinets, so you can mix and match, put it all together, your backsplashes, your floors, your solid surface. We can custom order it all for you for a little small fee from Newmar. But really, it's not that bad. When you're spending this kind of money, you should have, a custom built coach of your dreams. Notice the beautiful new ceiling treatments for the Dutch Star. And then what else do you notice? Do you notice that you have no ugly vents? I love that. So your AC runs right through the center of your coach. That when your slides are in, you're still getting full access to your AC, which is really nice and just looks very elegant. Right at the front of the coach, we've got the RV smoke alarm, nice vinyl soft touch ceilings, and then we have the carbon monoxide alarm in the bedroom. So I wanted to show you the living room with the captain seats turned around. So this gives you 2 more reclining seats, which is a really nice option. So I can sit back, let me get the right controls on the right side here, and kick my feet up literally and relax. Put that seat back And then I've got a great viewing position for the TV, but this gives you a lot of seating. So we've, 1, 2, 3, 4, we optioned in the theater seating, 5, 6, and then I really like to use the booth as like a recline area as well. So you have a lot of seating here, very comfortable. So the captain's chairs are just as comfortable when they're turned around as they are when you're driving. So right to the side of the chair, I've got the two 110 outlets, so I can use this for charging when I'm driving or when I've got the chair turned around. And then we've got this nice little compartment here. Newmar always gives you this space, if it's available, they make it available to you. And then I've got a little end table here, which is a great place to set a drink. Also notice the beautiful fascia with the little backlighting here. I just think it's lovely. I really like what they've done with the interior this year for 2025. To the side of the co-captain's chair, you have two 110 outlets, the two USB charging ports, another little end table, and storage compartment. So check out the overhead cabinets above our theater seating. So you actually get quite a bit of storage here. Again, give us a call. We can give you some suggestions of some of the specials. That's what Newmar calls the things that you want to customize in your coach. So I've seen people where they keep that depth the same all the way across. If they want a little bit more storage, I love that there's no divider in there. Hidden hinges, so everything just looks nice and neat. When it's closed up, beautiful hardware, and then beautiful cabinetry. Also, you have two different finishes. You have a high gloss and a suede finish for your cabinetry. Look at the beautiful windows. I love the big windows because you can really bring that outside in. That's what camping is all about, or glamping. That's really what we're doing here. Come on, who are we kidding? Love the beautiful window treatments, just a little touch of the fabric and then the wood. We also have our first thermistor for the living room portion of the coach. That's going to communicate with the thermostat to keep this nice and comfortable inside, whether it be cold or hot. So we optioned in the theater seating for the driver's side. Now what comes standard is an 87-inch sofa, and then you have a side hide-a-bed. So that's what you come standard, or you can option theater seating, or you can option in recliners. Theater seatings are probably the most popular as far as we're concerned. That's what we see customers wanting the most. They're powered, they're easy to use. You don't have to worry about them walking a little bit like you do with the recliners when you're traveling, and they're just easy to maneuver and comfy. I also love the storage they give you. So look at that. We have this nice tray here. You can put your remotes, everything there, even a little snack. Or, you can put a lot of snacks down here, or blankets, pillows. I love that because I love to have a pillow in my lap or blankets on when I'm relaxing. Two cup holders, and then right beside the cup holder, we have the controls for the theater seating. So I'm going to go ahead and extend those so you can see just how far they go. Nice and comfortable, and then they retract. Right in the middle of that control is a USB charging port for your phone. And then we have new LCD panels here. You can just click it and we can go into our AC and heat controls here for the living room, kitchen, and bedroom. You can easily set the temperature. And then you just go into mode. You go cycle through cool, auto, HP, and furnace. And then your fan, keep that off. And then your fan speed, low, medium, or high, or auto. And you can turn the system on or off from here. And then you can hold so that you'll make it stay right at that temperature as long as you want to. Eco mode, Oasis. You can go and you can turn on your hydronic heating here, so you can do your diesel burner, your electric element 1, electric element 1 and 2, or the stool room heater. And you can set that up all right here. So you can set programs, set time, set program, set week. You can do that here. Then you can go to your auto gen start. So you can set your running time, your quiet time. And I'll show you this all at the big panel too, but you do have all these options here in the living room. Floor heat, Dutch Star now comes standard with floor heat, which is really nice. So you have 3 different areas, your front, mid, and back, and then high, medium, and low. Lights, so for each section of the coach, you have your own light system, and then you can click into the lights there, super easy. And then all lights on, all lights off. Your fan controls, TV lift up and down, and then your tanks. So your freshwater tank, gray, black. You can turn your water pump from on here, autofill, or top off. The 4081 Dutch Star comes with 105 freshwater tank, 75 gray, 55 black. So I think it's time to relax, sit back, and watch a little TV. I'm going to go ahead and get the TV lift up here and hit the button. Here comes my 50-inch 4K LED TV. So our nice big Samsung TV with our sound bar, and then we have storage above. You'll see this is our AV cabinet here. We have 3 110 available outlets, and then we've got plug-in for a Blu-ray DVD player, satellite source, cable, and more storage. Next to the TV, we've got 2 110 outlets and 2 USB charging ports, and then this is going to make into a bed. So let me show you how easily you can get the bed ready for your guests. So this is the key part. You've got to find this black strap. It's what releases the bed. Without it, you're going to break your back. With it, it's very easy. So bed's down, flip that forward. Nice bed. In fact, I'm going to just throw these cushions back in to give you a nice padded headboard for the guests. Throw some sheets on, and you're good to go. So for our dining room, we've optioned in the Euro booth dinette. There are several choices here, so you can do the combo desk dinette. That's going to give you more of a buffet area and more storage with the extendable table. You can do a freestanding combo desk dinette where the table actually pulls out. It's not attached, so you can pull that out into the middle of the coach if you need to. If you're going to have Thanksgiving dinner and all your guests over, you could do that. So again, just give us a call on National Indoor RV Centers. We'll walk you through and show you what all those different options are. So this is a nice, comfy booth. So very comfortable, lots of space here, and then this is going to extend. Plus you have storage underneath. All the furniture in the Dutch Star is made by Villa. So really nice, high quality furniture, great storage underneath. And then we're going to go ahead and extend the table now. So just pulls out. One of the favorite features of Newmar is that they've got this support leg that's just merely, it magnets up, so you just have to break that connection, and then it drops down, gives you that nice support, so you're going to have a sturdy table once you put your extra leaves in. So now that you've got your extra folding chairs, 2 extra leaves, you can easily seat 6 people at this dinette. I also love that your folding chairs have the ultra leather on them as well. So what's the rule here? Drink 6, feeds 4, sleeps 2, right? Right next to the booth, we have the 2 110 outlets, 2 USB charging ports, beautiful accent lights, and then storage above. And I do have a question for you today. I want to know who the salesperson was for the wall clock. So many RVs have them. I don't think RVers care about the time because they are on their own time, which is wonderful. But I do think whoever sold all these clocks to the manufacturers, they must have been one heck of a salesperson. And there's another 2 110 outlets on the left side of the dinette. All right, check out the beautiful kitchen in the 4081. Nice big kitchen, beautiful solid surface countertop, lots of area there. We've optioned in the kitchen window, which has become really popular. Basically, we put it on all of our coaches. Then we have the sink covers for the beautiful farm sink, residential faucets, and I love the sink covers because they just, you know, cover up all the dirty dishes if you need them to, like that. And then below the sink, we have a great storage here, pull-out trash can. Another pull-out. We have space for, you know, baking trays in there, our covers, our sink covers. And then we have our covers for our induction cooktop, and these are cutting boards on the back side. So I love that. So very useful. You can actually flip them around and have them sitting on the cooktop like that. So if you're not using this, you've got a cutting board. And then you've got your induction cooktop. This is only going to work with pans that a magnet will attach to. So easy to, you know, find these days. And then the other cool thing is that if you want to take this and cook outside, go for it. It just unplugs. You can plug it in outside if you want to cook bacon, if it's going to be greasy and messy, or if it's going to be, you know, if you're doing sauteing garlic or fish. You may want to take that outside so your coach doesn't smell like it. I love that you can easily do that if you so wish to. And then they just fold right back in. There you can see how you can use them if you want to do cutting board or solid surface. Then in front of the cooktop, we have our nice big drawer. Now you have all the remotes you'll ever need in your whole entire life. I love that you've got a little touch-up paint for your coach. So you have a little boo-boo, you can fix it. If it's a big boo-boo, make sure to call National Indoor RV Centers. And then another optional feature, which is really nice, are these shade controls. So I can scroll through here all night, and if I want to do all night up, I just hit that, take them up, and voila, there you go, daylight. Or you can stop them and bring them all down. Just easy touch of a button, optional feature for the Dutch Star. You've got a remote for the front living area and the back living area. Slides are in, but I did want to show you all the beautiful windows and that beautiful view that you get from the windows, really bringing the outside in. Then we have the optional dishwasher below. Now, some people, you know, this is a feature that a lot of people want. You can still use this for storage if you don't use it for a dishwasher, or if you don't put it in there, you're going to get, I believe, a drawer or two there in place of that. Now we're going to give ourselves even more counter space. So there's a little button right below, and you just pull out your extra counter space. And then you still have, look at that size of that drawer. It's massive. Two nice big storage drawers, and then all this extra counter space. This year for 2025, they've given us a little bit smaller lip. It used to be kind of a clear glass or acrylic. Now it's just kind of disappears, and I like that. But anytime you're going to be next to a sofa, they're going to give you that lip to protect your sofa. So underneath our cabinet, we have two 110 outlets, and then two more 110 outlets with the GFCI switch here. More storage, adjustable shelves. I always like that if you have taller items. Great little spice cabinet up above here. And I've seen people put like a spring bar in there to keep anything from falling out when you open it after you've been traveling. Whirlpool convection oven and microwave. And then our big storage above the sink with pull-out tray, adjustable shelf. You can take it all the way out if you want to. And more storage. Then we have a beautiful mirror here, kind of makes the room feel even bigger, which I like. And our Whirlpool refrigerator freezer with ice maker. And you've got water in the door. Also, you're going to notice this little black device here. That's going to be your lock. So when you're in travel mode, you want to make sure that's locked, and you want to make sure you have a checklist. You want a checklist that you check on the exterior of the coach and the interior of the coach before you leave. If you want a copy of mine, just email me at Angie, A-N-G-I-E, at NIRVC.com. Then we have a nice big pantry lit, so you open up, you can see everything, and then locking shelves. So just gently push in, pull out, and they lock back into place. Then we've optioned in the central vac. When you do that, you're gonna also get the dustpan. So you just sweep everything over here, lift that up, and it sucks it all away. I know customers really like that. And you got your little courtesy light here. Thermistor for the midship of the coach. And then we've got our big display panel that I will walk you through now. So we're on our takes panel here. We can turn the water pump on and off from here. We can top off the freshwater tank or auto fill it. Then we've got the house battery level, chassis battery level, and our fresh tank is full. So that's 105 gallons, gray 75, black 55. Then we've got the lights here, all lights off for the living room and all lights on for the living room, bedroom, bathroom, master, all lights off, all lights on, TV lift up and down. Now we go to our auto gen start settings. So you can see the level of your batteries here, and you can go to setup mode. So you can set your quiet time. You can set the triggers for your auto gen start for your house batteries and your duration of the runtime. And do the same for the chassis batteries. So let's say we want that trigger to be, if it drops below 12 volts, then it's going to run for 1 hour. And then you can start and stop it from there. Start your generator, stop your generator. Floor heat, again, that's standard now in the Dutch Star, which I love. Front, mid, and back, and the controls. Your fans, so you've got your rain override, turn it on, and then a high, medium, or low setting for the kitchen, the storeroom, and the bathroom. Our HVAC for the living room, kitchen, and bedroom. Adjust the temperature here, go through the different modes here, and your fan speed here. Again, you can do a setup where you set up runnable programs. You can go to a hold, so it just stays at this setting constantly till you take it off. Eco mode. And then you have your hydronic, then you have your Oasis system. So you can turn your burner on here, your diesel burner, your electric element 1 and 2 together, and you can turn on the storeroom heater. So that's a small space. It can get really hot. You may not want that on for when you've got your heat running in the rest of the coach, but you can turn it on if it gets a little cooler there. And then this is really cool. So now you have global connectivity as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi. So you can pair your phone to this. So I did it earlier. It's super easy. You just download the Connected Solutions app from the App Store, follow the directions, and it's super easy. So now it's trying to communicate right now. So now many of the functions that I can do right here on this screen, I can do from my phone. So I can go to my tank levels, TV lift, lights, AC, HVAC controls. So that's pretty cool. And then you have your main lighting control panel. So it's going to give you your outside security lights, living room lights, kitchen, bath, bedroom, storeroom, and then your all lights off, all lights on buttons. Let's go into our midship bath. We have it on the pivot door so that when your slides are in, you can still fully get into your bathroom here. So that's really nice, and lots of storage in here. Let's start right across from the door here. We have our breaker, all of our breakers that are nicely labeled. And then we have our resettable breakers, GFCI for the floor heat. Fuses, along with the extra fuses. And we've got a little legend here to let us know what those fuses go to. Great storage here with another 2 110 outlets and GFCI. Resettable breaker, more storage behind the mirror. And then I do love beautiful backsplash, solid surface, vessel sink. They do that so you have more counter space. You have a towel holder here, and you have another display panel. So you get a lot of the functions I've already shown you, you can do on that panel. 2 110 outlets, so lots of outlets in this. Push button controls for the commode. Drawer. 2 compartments here. Nice storage. Storage underneath your sink. Obviously our porcelain toilet and our toilet paper holder, and then we've got our window, and you have the controls for the window inside the bathroom because you don't want someone powering up all the windows while someone's using the bathroom if they're not fully dressed. So beautiful, nicely appointed midship bath. Also notice we've got the fan here for the kitchen living room. We also have one for the stool room and the rear bath. I love that they put the cover on them so you kind of forget that they're even there, and I almost forgot to mention them. Welcome to the beautiful inviting master bedroom of the 4081. We have the king size bed, and you can have that with a pillow top mattress standard, or you can go with the air mattress, like almost like a Sleep Number, just different brand, which is really nice. So you can have your own setting for both sleepers. You also have this great privacy door. So beautiful door that gives you full privacy, and then it just locks back into its place. Just push it down to open the door. Also underneath the bed we have storage. So a great amount of storage, very easy to get to. It has the struts here, so it helps you easily lift the bed up and down. And then we've got a space here for our leaves and our extra chairs, or you can put those outside if you've got other things that you'd like to put there. Notice on both sides of the bed, not only do you have room to make the bed, which is a favorite of mine. Get my hands in there. I'm not going to break all my rings and fingernails. And then you've got nightstand on both sides, so for a cup, and then you have a little access port here. So that's going to give you access into this compartment where you have two 110 outlets, 2 USB charging ports inside that compartment, so you can just thread the cords through here if you want. Makes it nice and easy to charge your devices during the evening. We've got the controls here for the speakers, so our house speakers, if you want that music from the dash radio back in the bedroom, you can do that here. And our thermistor for the bedroom. Great storage back here, and we have a port where we can put a cord through if we need to. So one big continuous space of storage with the 2 110 outlets and ports on either side for cords. Underneath the storage you have the 2 reading lights that you control on the display panel right there, like you've seen throughout the coach, and you can direct that light wherever you need it, which is really nice. And then notice the beautiful headboard, beautiful bedding that you get with the Stratford interior package. Before we talk about all the storage in the bedroom, I want to point out the slide control for the passenger side slide, because the driver side is part of the full wall slide, so that's where that control is. Then we have 2 wardrobes. So look at all that space, hanging space that you have here just in the bedroom alone. 43-inch Samsung TV, so nice big TV for the master bedroom. I love that. And then right underneath that we have the power control for your window awning outside. Nice window here with solid surface countertop, so we can display some photos or our family, jewelry box, whatever. And then we have 5 really nice sized drawers. They extend beyond the cabinet here, so it's easy to get to all the contents. And you can see how they gave them the little legs so that they look more residential. Our last drawer here. And then we have our flip down cabinet, kind of our AV cabinet. Adjustable shelf here, again with our cable inputs, Blu-ray DVD player, 2 110 outlets, and then 2 more 110 outlets, so 4 in total in this cabinet. Notice the beautiful ceiling treatments. We have the speakers in the ceiling, and then this nice big mirror so you can check out your outfit before you leave for the evening. So you have a small little step up into the master bathroom. First thing I'm going to notice are these towel bars here. You never have enough of them. I love that. Across from the shower we have the optional washer and dryer, so splendid. And you can kind of see how big the dryer is and the washing machine. Lots of storage. And we've got the longer area there to hang clothing, and then the safe, another control panel. And then I really love this part. I'm a drawer girl. It's easier to keep things organized, I think. Nice big compartment here. Now I'm going to step into the shower. This is 40 by 30, solid surface shower, beautiful backsplash, love the accent. And again, we've got that cathedral ceiling, so that gives us extra height in the ceiling, makes this bathroom feel bigger. I love that we have the thick shower head along with the wand, so nice. And then you can option in the assist handle here, and then behind the, you can lift that shower head up, but you've got nice little storage here for shampoos and everything. And then you see the little AquaView shower miser bulb there. So the device that controls that is right here, and you're going to see like a little recirculating button. So basically what it's doing is warming your water before it comes out of the faucet. So it's going to save your freshwater tank and save you needlessly filling your gray water tank. So I love it. So when you're ready to shower, you can turn that dial over to the recycling button. It's going to warm the water. This will act kind of like a mood ring and light up when the water is warm, and then you turn it over here, water comes out nice and warm, haven't wasted any water. Also have the shower seat, so if you want to sit down, shave your legs, or you've got a little kick plate there, I like that option too. So this gives you more room in your shower. If you don't want the seat, just fold it up and it goes away. Super important, you have this little lock. Make sure that's part of your pre-trip checklist, because you don't want that shower door coming open when you're in travel mode either. So I step over to the commode area here. A couple things to talk about. We've got more storage next to the potty, which is nice. And that's also where our toilet paper holder will be, right inside that cabinet. And we have the push button controls for our toilet. And we have the controls here for our shades. And then we have our nice window. And this is our emergency egress door. So you're going to unlock that if you need to use it. Unlock here as well. Throw that door open. And then you'll see that this panel right here is just magnetized on. So that comes right off. Exposes your ladder. Release the ladder and flip it down. There you go. Easy in and out. Maximum weight for the emergency egress ladder is 300 pounds. I think you'll be impressed with the amount of storage in this bathroom. So that's a huge cabinet. Love that, love that. I can put the Costco size toilet paper container there. Beautiful big mirrors, and check out the space behind the mirrors. Wow. I mean, that's really nice, deep space. 2 110 outlets. I'm gonna totally plug in my curling iron and leave it up there plugged in, and then tuck it all away. Really nice. Underneath that cabinet, we have 4 available 110 outlets. And I love that they took the backsplash all the way up. It just makes it look so residential, beautiful. Lots of solid surface countertop. Smaller sink, which I'm fine with, because I would rather have the counter space to get ready. Beautiful residential faucets. And then let's check out our storage. And all the drawers are soft close throughout the Dutch Star. More storage and more drawers. I always like to show the floor plan with the slides in. So this is a 4081. You can sleep on your master bed with the slides in if you need to. For some reason you're spending the night in a truck stop, you can sleep on the bed. Also, you're going to have full access to your pantry. And refrigerator. Of course, the pivot door is going to allow you full access to the bathroom. Very easy to get in and out. And then you've got plenty of space here by the booth, the kitchen, full access and walkway here, all the way to the front. And then since we're at the front here, I did want to show you the beefy slide room. This is your hydraulic full wall slide. So this moves in so nice and smooth, and it gently sets down. A lot of times it scares me when I'm bringing slide rooms in and out because there's lots of creaks and noises. This is nice and quiet, firm and secure. All right, so we're finally to the cockpit area. First of all, we're gonna go over these comfy seats here. Captain, co-captain seats, very comfortable, nice and big. Arm rests here that you can control. There's a little lever right inside these slits here that you just lift up to get that in the right position for you. And then we have the forward, back, and then you can tilt your front down and up, and you can tilt the back down and up till you get it just perfect. Then we have the backrest control, and this is going to extend the footrest when you are in the living room mode. Now over to my left, I've got the lever that you just lift up that allows you to turn the chair into the living room mode. And then I have heated seats. So that's a favorite feature of mine because I'm always cold, my husband's always hot. So I love the heated seats because it just keeps you nice and cozy. So you do have a high and a low, and then the center of that button is just off. So first to my left, we have the HWH computer leveling system. So this is your hydraulic leveling system. You're gonna love this. You can see right now that we are in travel mode. If we wanted to level the coach, then we would hit auto level, and then it would let us know. This would light up right here if we had an excessive slope, or if we couldn't level for some reason, it would let us know. You can also manually adjust the level of your coach if you need to too, you know, if you can't get it to auto level. Now, if you've tried to auto level once, it's given you excessive slope, and you've done it again, got that again, you might want to let it sit for about 20 minutes. You just don't want to needlessly burn up that pump by trying over and over again. Here are the controls for our exterior mirrors, so our left and our right, and the defrost for our exterior mirrors. This is the tag dump. I'm just going to always keep that in auto. The only time you might take it out is, say, if you were in a slippery situation and you wanted to put more weight on that rear axle, or mud. That's where you may try that. ATC override, I'm going to always keep that on as well. And then we have our power driver's side window, which is really nice. 2 cup holders. Love that. I used them both today. Then we have the house and chassis battery boost button. So that button is going to be your best friend. Say you've gone shopping all day at Canton in Texas. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You can be gone all day. Come back to a dead coach, which is never fun. So now you want to take any power that you have in your chassis and house batteries, tie them together to hopefully help you start your ignition. So you're going to hold that button down, or you can tie them together to start your generator. Let your generator run for a while and then start your ignition. Then you have the dome light, which is directly above the driver, and our fog lights. Turn those on right there. Then we have our headlights. So we can put those in auto, off, running lights, headlights. And our park brake, so you pull to apply, push to release. Right below that, you have a nice little spot there for your cell phone, and it is a wireless charging pad. Down here, we have a nice storage compartment, and then we have a headphone jack and then USB charging port. Right below that, we have a 12-volt port, and then below that, we have a USB-C and a USB charging port. So lots of areas here. Now this one in particular is important. I've got my cord plugged in there. Now if I go ahead and plug it into my phone, unlock my phone, I've got CarPlay and Android Auto. How fabulous is that? So I can put Google up here, whatever I want. I can play my music, connect to my phone. Makes it super easy. So right here by my left foot, I've got the pedal control, so I can tilt my steering column and bring it back down. I can also telescope it out. And then just above that, we've got the Deutsch plug, again, for National Indoor RV Center technician to plug in and communicate with the coach. Right here, we've got a little dial to control the pedals, so you can lock them in and out. Once you unlock them, you can push those pedals forward and back, get them just perfect for you, and then lock it in place. Here we have the paddle control for our turn signals. And then we can flash our headlights, or we can keep our brights on. Windshield wiper control here, so you can set the speed and then the windshield wiper fluid. This paddle has all of our transmission controls, so drive, neutral, and reverse. And then we can also manually shift if we need to. So we would just push in here, and then we can pull forward to shift up, push back to shift down. And then this is also our engine brake. So right now it's off, low, medium, high. It's super easy to put on and off while you're driving. Then if you have gone into a manual shifting mode, to get back into auto mode, you just push in and hold. Here are your hazards. So I do love the Drive Tech from Freightliner and the OptiView dash, really nice and clear. And we've got, I'll go over the buttons here on the steering wheel. Basically how they've designed this, that you can have your hands on the steering wheel at all times, but still control a lot of functions, and your eyes are always on the road. So right here is one of my favorite quick buttons. If I go to that, that takes me right to my steering effort, which is our Comfort Drive. Comfort Drive is a game changer. One of the things I like most about it is when I'm backing up or going into a tight space, when I let go of the steering wheel, it always goes back to center. So sometimes you have a hard time telling if your tires are straight. This does it for you. I love that. And then I can adjust the steering effort. So I can take that up or down. I can do this while driving, lock it in. If I'm in a parking lot, I may want to make it so that I can literally turn the steering wheel with a pinky finger. I love that option. And if you haven't tried Comfort Drive, you need to come out and test drive with National Indoor RV Centers. So now we can go to our home button, and we can click into our gauges, and we can just click through the different gauges that we have on our screen. So oil pressure, coolant temperature, engine load, gear. Then we have the steering effort, so the other way that you can get to Comfort Drive. Fuel economy. Mobileye. So this is your headway warning distance, intelligent high beams, lane departure warning, speed limit indicator. So you can click in and you can say that if you're going 5 miles over the speed limit, it will give you an alert, or 10 miles over the speed limit. We're going to 10. Road watch, cruise control. Now you can change the following distance when you are using your cruise control. Tire pressure. So now you can get the tire pressure and temperature of your tires. Trip information. Trip 1 and trip 2. Vehicle settings. So Bluetooth devices, you can connect here. Dash brightness, you can customize that. TPMS. Setting the tire pressure. So you can do that all right there at the dash. Units of measurement, and then you can reset. Diagnostics. So internal diagnostics, faults, no faults. Transmission prognostics, system information, and radar alignment. Volume control for your radio, plus and minus. Your horn, answer, hang up a phone call. Cruise control, so you can turn your cruise control. If I want to air up the coach quickly, I can hit this set button, and you'll see my RPMs raised to help air up the coach quicker. So you've got your cruise control, set, resume, cancel, and your mute button. And then this is where you can flash your marker lights. So say a trucker has let you know that it's safe to pull back into the lane. He's flashed his headlights. You may just want to flash your marker lights to thank him. So now we have our menu here: radio, media center, XM radio, Bluetooth, HDMI, our aux cord, camera control. So you can pick what view. My slides are out right now, so you're not going to see a whole lot, or you can go to that 360 view, which is absolutely my favorite. Really helps me when driving, feel secure about knowing what's around me. When you're in reverse, these parking grid lines are a dream. They make it so easy to park. I still like to have a spotter, but one of really nice and easy to use. iPod, navigation. So this will be the coach navigation, but I can also plug in my Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then setup, which is just going to help me customize my screen. And you've got 2 pages here. So you can totally customize the information that you want on this screen. Then we have house mode. So this is basically switching between the dash radio or putting the dash radio to the house when you're not in travel mode, if you want to enjoy the radio. Then we have our quick buttons here, so our nav, and then we can dim the screen here if it's too bright at night, and then your favorite button will take you right to your radio. You can power everything off here. You can also have volume and power here as well. Now we have our AC controls, the speed, cool or hot, and then where that airflow is going to go. Below that we have our visor. So that's going to be our shade visor for the driver to the left of the driver, visor for the front windshield, and then the blackout shade for the front windshield, our docking lights, our overhead fans, and then the speed, high, medium, low for our overhead fans. Our front fan, high, off, or low. That's basically for your furnace here at the dash. Generator, we can start and stop it from here. The entrance door lock and unlock. Air horn on. Courtesy lights. The sun visor, sunshade for the passenger, and then our camera. So we can go through different views of our camera. It's kind of a quick button that's easy to hit, which I like. Well, storage right here. And then we have 2 drawers. And our ignition is right here. I have to point that out because it took me a minute to find it because I kept looking over here. So our ignition key is right there. And then more storage. Same exact buttons on the co-captain seat. So forward, back, tilt, heated, footrest up. It's just, you know, nice and cozy, comfy. And then we have optioned in the passenger side monitor here. So first of all, I've always been like, this is in my way. I don't know, I don't like it. Okay, guess what I just figured out? So you can loosen this up here. Now you can turn this. Look, you can totally put that up so it's out of your way. Now you can put a cup in there, tighten that up. I'm so excited. So now you can control the radio controls here, dim and brighten, your navigation, your camera, and you can have adjustable controls here for up and down. So that's just really nice. Cup holder. And then we've got our patio lights, so the door entrance light, step cover. Go ahead and put that out when you're ready to travel so that no one falls in that stairwell while you're in travel mode. And then you can just put that away when you're done, or if you want to let someone in the door. Your visor control for this right here, and then your map light, which is directly above you. Another wireless charging pad, USB and USB-C charging port, 2 110 outlets, 2 USB charging ports, and then a little cubby here for miscellaneous items. So today is our lucky day. I love when it actually works out my way. We get to show you another exterior for 2025. This is the champagne exterior. And then I also get to do just a little quick walkthrough of the 4369 Dutch Star's tried and true, loved beyond loved floor plan. So you get to see a new interior as well. So a quick peek at the Bayshore interior. Now we did put a lighter color leather with this package. So again, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. I can tell you exactly what we did in this coach if you love this interior. Also, this is the Sedona glazed maple cabinetry with the high gloss. So beautiful wood finish. Remember, you can go two-tone here. Lots of options. I love this. You can see that we optioned in the theater seating, You'll notice the legs on the sofa, which just give it that little bit more residential feel. Again, we have the extendable countertop here, so you give you more working space here in the kitchen. This is the combination desk dinette. So that gives you an idea of what you get when you option that in. Table extends. You have 2 more extra folding chairs, but you get all of that storage there. Let me just show you it real quick. Storage underneath the table. Over here to the side, you've got more storage with adjustable shelf and another drawer. Port for cords, outlets. Again, this has been one of the most popular floor plans for years and years, ever since I've been in the industry. Beautiful master bedroom with the bayshore decor. Again, look at the beautiful woodwork. And then we step up into the bathroom. Now, this is one of the reasons people love this floor plan. Biggest RV shower, I think, in the industry, or right there with it. I think that's 50 by 34, so really big. Towel bar, washer and dryer, double sinks, his and hers. And just check out the amount of storage here in the bathroom. And there's more behind both sets of mirrors. And the real kicker here, full closet across the back of the coach. So all this space over here, adjustable shelves, optional safe, wardrobe bar, shoe storage area, and then more adjustable shelves over here to the left. So really nice big closet, tons of storage. Again, combine that with the storage that you have in your bedroom with the 2 wardrobes and all the drawers. Lots of storage. You can see why people love this floor plan. So I wanted to show you the 4369 with all the slides in. You can access your pantry, nice big pantry in this floor plan as well. Obviously your refrigerator, full access, midship bath, full access, no problem. And then lots of space here in the dining room, kitchen, and full walkway to the front of the coach. So now for my favorite part, I'm actually going to go out and take this for a little test drive so you can see all the great safety features that are built in, just see how quiet it rides. It's so fun. If you want to test drive one, come out to National Indoor RV Centers, where we want you to make sure you're making the right decision. So test drive the coach before you buy it. That's my one word of advice, or just my first word of advice, because I'm going to give you lots of it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to release the park brake, put it in drive. I already did my walk around on the outside to make sure everything was buttoned up nice and tight. And now it's just time to hit the road. We do have a nice turning radius with the Ultra Steer. I was in a little bit of a tight pocket there for filming, and absolutely no problem whatsoever getting out of it, with a couple cars parked alongside of us. And that's a beautiful thing about, well, I've got my 360 view here, which is nice. So you can see I'm past those cars, but also my mirrors. I can literally, as long as you're going slow enough, you can adjust. And that's what I always say, especially if you're just starting, just learning how to drive. And I encourage everyone to have the captain and the co-captain both drive the coach. You just never know when something's going to happen and the co-captain needs to drive. So hopefully I'm encouraging everyone out there to get behind the wheel. It's not nearly as scary as you think it is. I'm not going to make you do it to downtown Dallas like my first time behind the wheel in a 43-foot coach. So this is much, much easier. I had my right blinker on. You can see down the full right side of the coach, so you know that it's safe to go ahead and put your nose out there. That's the other thing. When you're driving a Class 8 diesel for the first time, your turning point is the center of your front axle, which is actually about right here. It's behind you. So you put your nose out quite a bit further. It's a little uncomfortable, but it's really not a problem once you get used to it. It just takes time getting used to it. Then you want to hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. Everything bad happens on the right. If you look at the right side of the road right now, there's road debris, there's tire peel, you name it, it's there. Also tree branches. So let's talk about tree branches. You've got to really watch out for them. They can be very costly to your paint. If something happens, or if you have a boo-boo, it's gonna happen. Make sure your first call is to National Indoor RV Centers. We have the best paint and body crew. They're literally artists, and they can make your baby good as new or better than new. We'll help you with your insurance company. We'll handle it all. It's a terrible day. No one wants it to happen, but if and when that happens, make sure you give us a call and we will take care of you. And our paint and body work is warranted for life, or as long as you own your coach. Remember, I've got lots of safety features built into this. So adaptive cruise control, because I option that in, collision mitigation, electronic stability control. So I could take these corners pretty fast. In fact, when I exit the freeway, I'm gonna go on a little roundabout, and you're not gonna feel that roll, or you know, the lean that you think that you might in a big coach like this that's super tall. So go ahead and get on the freeway. You can see, I can watch to see that I'm safely getting on, but I can also adjust my following distance if I want. It's alerting me that I'm a little too close to the car in front of me. I can also click in and I can go to my comfort steer. So a quick access button is right here in my steering control, and I can move that up or down. I typically like a little more effort, so it feels a little tighter when I'm driving. Click in, I've changed it. My eyes didn't have to leave the road. I mean, just for a little glance down. So really not hard at all. And then the further down the road you look, the easier it is to stay in your lane. So you guys can watch me so easily with that 360 camera. You can rate my driving, but I am hugging the left side of the lane that I'm in. And then you want to watch out for cement trucks, semi trucks, anything that could throw a rock, because again, you want to protect that windshield. You know, things happen, that's going to happen. You're going to have to replace a windshield here and there. There are little things that happen when you're RVing, and just expect it and be patient. You know, you're going to bring it in for repair, and you know, if it's a repair that we weren't prepared for at National Indoor RV Centers, it might take us a day or two to get the part in. But you can see, look at the 360 camera, you can see the big semi truck that's passing me right now, and no problem. And I don't feel it at all either. That's the other thing. People that haven't driven something this big, or if you've driven maybe a gas coach or a Class C, when that big semi like that, that's a big old truck. When it passed me, you might feel a little push. You're not going to feel that at all in the Dutch Star. Between the Freightliner chassis, the Star foundation, like it's a nice, smooth, super quiet. I'm going 63 miles an hour. I'm going to go ahead and set my cruise control, and now it's telling me I'm a little close. Lots of features that are going to keep me safe. And the other thing I love about the Freightliner is I've got my engine brake, so I can go ahead and I can throw that on at any time. So you're going to see I'm going to do a pretty tight turn. I'm going to slow down, but you are not going to feel this coach at all when it takes this turn. Again, it's just like driving a car. You just get a little bit used to it. That's my engine brake clicking in. I took my foot off the accelerator for a second, and then easily take that turn. All right, so I just did the decibel reader, 63.4. And actually, I feel like it's quieter than that. I know that sounds dumb, but there's a little bit more wind noise going this direction. There was none going the other direction. So, I mean, it feels as quiet as a car to me. Nice ride, nothing's rattling. I even forgot to check the microwave. I always do that because typically you'll have the, you know, that might rattle a little bit. There is just literally nothing making any noise. Other than it's a little bit windy outside. Okay, so what are you waiting for? I'm telling you, RVing, I truly believe this too, is the fountain of youth. I see our customers, they are having a wonderful time, living the dream, getting to plan trips, plan their itinerary, meet up with friends. They're seeing new things or having new adventures. And I'm telling you, it's really cool to watch. And I can't tell you how many of my customers have said, I wish I would have done this sooner. So, you know, you can finance these for 20 years, get a reasonable payment. It's a cost of recreating. So think of what you spend on hotel, air, and then think about all the packing you have to do. Like, pack your coach one time, leave a set of clothes in here, a set of, you know, makeup, toiletries in here. And then all you have to do is like really plan your meals. If you weren't going to cook in the coach, then just bring your food along, take that out when you finish your trip. But it just makes it really easy, and you get to sleep in your own bed. Sometimes you can eat healthier because you're not eating out all the time, or you can still eat out all the time, whatever you want. It just gives you all the options. 6 locations across the country right now. A fly to buy program will get you to one of our locations if you're not near us. We want customers for life, and we want you to come shopping and purchase and experience the RV lifestyle with us as your support. We're here for your service. You name it, we do it all. I hope you've enjoyed my tour today of the 2025 Newmar Dutch Star 4081 and that little sneak peek of the 4369. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach would cost you. Current MSRP is $725,159. If you want to know how much I can sell it to you for, make sure you call us at National Indoor RV Centers. We want to have customers for life. We want to take care of you. Give us the opportunity to earn your business. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Also check out my paint and body video, our Music City Motorhome Expo video, and our AIM Club video. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.